What's good? Welcome in. How you doing? How you been? How are things? How are you? How you feel? Welcome to it. Hope you're having a fabulous fucking day. Thank you for joining us. We're discussing our last topic on branding. Data. It's being collected. So what that has to do with branding, build your brand. Don't just be out here letting your data go for free. We talked about the CLA Woo thing before, about Beat Club wanting to buy his YouTube channel and basically buy the name, which shows you like, yeah, your name and brand can have fucking value. If anything you learn about from the data collection thing, like, your name has value. That's the new currency. So build something with your name attached to it, and you can actually see some value from your information being given away, as opposed to just being another random number and statistic. So be that on your fucking YouTube channels, build that brand, build that name. Even if, so that's why I consolidated all my shit under the Brown Tiger name, because I wanted to build that name up as a brand, not just, hey, this is me, I do this thing. Like, no, I want to build something out of it, because I realized, like, no, that you can actually have value in that shit. So again, that's why I encourage people to do their shit, do their thing, have a hobby, do whatever it is to build that up. Because in the long run, yeah, you can fucking get something out of that. Whatever the skill is or hobby is that you have, do that shit. Do your shit. I'm gonna say it every stream, every day, every time you see this fucking face, you're gonna hear me say that shit. Because I believe in that shit wholeheartedly. Do it. Do your shit. Have a fucking plan when you do it. Don't just go into it blindly, but also be confident enough to do it without worrying. Plan some shit. It's okay. Get a fucking notebook, write some shit down, build a business model. These are the things that you need to be doing to help yourself in the long run in life. I promise you it'll pay off. Just with me doing the shit that I've been doing and like sticking to it and finally deciding like, hey, this is what I want to do. So many other things have began to fall into place and have worked out for me. And it's like such an amazing fucking way. That's how we got the Verbal Vibe Mode deal. Like, that's a great fucking thing. And that shows somebody else believed in me and what I was doing enough to say, hey, we want you to do music for us. I'm all in. Ain't got to think twice about this shit. So do your thing and shit will come into place. You'll start to see people and opportunities arise when you just start fucking doing it. Because people are going to sell your information and your name anyway. At least put a $sign next to that bitch, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I wanted to do. So yeah, that's branding, kids. That's how you do branding. And even for my Twitchers, you got to think about your brand on Twitch or YouTube or wherever the fuck you are, and what you want to connect your name and your brand, what you want to connect it with. So that's why I started focusing more on other music producers and people in the music community and doing shit and collaborating with them. Because yeah, we all fucking love video games, we know it. But me just going the video game route wasn't doing anything for my brand. I couldn't get that out there because that market's already fucking saturated. I'm not the best whatever player in the world. So there really wasn't a way for me to work that out from a business standpoint to build my brand off of whatever the game was I was playing. That's why it's also hard as a variety streamer to like pinpoint something and to build off of that shit. But yeah, figure out a way to build your brand and collaborate with other people doing that same thing and those kinds of hobbies and interests to further build it and get it out there. It's important. It's more important than you realize. And honestly, focusing on it and working on that and working on your own brand can do so much for you alone, regardless of even the work itself. You still do have to do the work, but they go hand in hand. Doing the work of whatever the thing you're doing and also promoting your brand. And I don't mean promoting just going in random chats and dropping your fucking link. Some people actually find that annoying, but I understand wanting to grow that thing. But you can get that growth just from doing the work. Because like I said, if you focus on it and do it, other people are going to start to take notice. You don't have to go out there and throw your shit on every fucking website. You can, but you don't have to, because you're focused on this and people are going to see that shit. But once you start to get up there, you have to think about who are you surrounding yourself with and who is your brand bringing in. What kind of people do you have in your brand? So like I said, that's why I wanted to focus more on other music production and musical people. And even with my Twitch, I focused a lot on smaller viewers and smaller streamers back in the day, lifting them up and giving them a chance and helping people get to affiliate shit. But we can talk about the pyramid scheme that is Twitch later on for another day. We're not gonna do that today. But I wanted to help build those people up. And in doing so in the music community, I helped build a brand and my brand, and other people seeing my brand, the Brown Tiger brand, as someone who actually goes out into the community and helps other smaller producers, other smaller music people that do loop samples, any kind of shit. That's why I'm always like, if you have shit, send it to me. Because I'm not the type that's gonna take it and run with it like, look what I fucking did, and not give someone credit, because I want to showcase other people's work. And it fucking worked. It's been working and it's gonna continue to work. So like when I got all those records and vinyls, that was from my guy Manny, I met at Game Exchange. Fucking happened chance. It was a once in a lifetime chance. If I had have done anything else that day, I would have never met this guy. But I got that shit ton of crates of records and vinyls to help me in my sampling and music production, and found out that he was actually an ex-DJ, a former DJ in New York in the 70s and 80s, which is like the high life of hip hop. That was like hip hop mecca. So I ended up meeting this old guy, and he still has connection with Grandmaster Flash and other super famous DJs and record spinners from that time in that area. And now just me being who I am and doing my work and being honest with others and not trying to hustle or finesse people into shit, just making a genuine connection. I have that fucking connection now. He calls me every 4 days just to check on me, see what's going on, ask if I need help with shit. He's gonna help me build a speaker box system and possibly start selling speaker boxes, because I know there's a big audio community down here when it comes to car stereos and sound. I can fucking make a killing off of that. And he's gonna teach me himself on how to do this, because he's been doing it since the fucking 70s. Like, it's dope as fuck. Like, that's a super opportunity, and possibly down the line help hook me up with other people in that kind of industry. So that's why I keep saying, and I can't say it, do your thing. Don't worry about the outcome. Just fucking do it. I promise you the shit's gonna be there. Because there is no way possible I could have set that up or scheduled or made that happen. We just happened to be at the same fucking place at the same time. I saw he had records. We started talking about it. We talked for 2 fucking hours after that. And I got a big ass deal on some vinyls now. I got the hookup. When it comes to DJ equipment and sound design shit, I know a guy now. So just do your shit, people, and focus on your brand and what you're bringing around it, and be aware of what is around your circle and what's in your circle. Because yeah, sometimes you're gonna have to cut that low-hanging fruit that's not helping that tree grow. Because sometimes people will be your friends, family, all of that, but they will still keep that tree from fucking growing because there's rotten apples hanging around it. You gotta cut them, and it's with love. You don't have to be an asshole about it. Just say, hey, I understand this is what you're doing. You do that over there. I'm gonna do this over here. I still love you, but I'm gonna go over here. It's that simple. It doesn't have to be nasty or mean. And if they get upset about it or feel some type of way, you didn't fucking need them anyway, because that's holding back your growth. And that should be the focus, is your growth. They should be fucking happy for you. And in my journey and doing that and cleaning out the closet and getting rid of all the cobwebs, I found out who was for me and who was just riding that wave hoping I would make it. That kind of thing. Because if you're not willing to do the work with me, I really can't work with you. It's that kind of thing. So think about what you want to do. Think about your name. Think about your brand. Think about what you want to do with it. Think about where you want it to go, and think about the audience that you want to reach. Do you want to reach a global audience? Do you want a local audience? Do you want these types of people? Do you want these types of people? And think of a plan to put in place to help get to those people. You gotta plan the shit out. Don't just spin the wheels doing the thing constantly and not have a fucking plan. Because that's how most people get burnt out on it. And they give up because they don't see anything coming from it. It doesn't bear fruit. That's because they didn't put down the fertilizers. They didn't aerate the soil. They didn't water the tree. You gotta do these things. So whenever I do these streams and little talks and chats and shit like this is me connecting with you guys, building that community, building that brand, uplifting you to do your own shit. Because I would never say I need everybody to be under my umbrella. I don't fucking like that. I want you to have your own thing, but I can tie my name to whatever your brand is and say, hey, go check out Kablam shit. They're doing some awesome shit over there. That's another company you should look at that we sponsor, that kind of thing. I don't want anybody to work for me. I can do this shit myself. I want you to do your thing, and I want to be able to say, hey, look at my fucking circle of friends. Look at all the shit they're doing. That's what I want to build, and that's why I came to Twitch and started doing what I started doing. Yeah, it started out as just me playing fucking video games in front of a screen for 8 hours, but it didn't feel right. It seemed like a grind that was getting nowhere. But I'm more satisfied doing this than I have been with anything so far. So that's why I want you to find your thing and carry that shit and do it. Do it to the fullest, 110%. Don't give up on yourself, no matter what. No matter who says you can't, or even who says you can. Believe in you at the end of the day. That's why I said being self-sustaining is so fucking liberating. I don't have to worry about somebody else giving me the approval, somebody else vouching for me. Like, no, I'm going to do this shit myself. I appreciate you, but I can do it myself. Not gonna lie, you're explaining branding better than most YouTube videos I've watched. Appreciate that, Kablam. It's just, so my thing is, and I'm sure you figured out by now, I don't like to overcomplicate things. I don't like people that try to sound intelligent by like saying all these terminologies that you don't know shit about just to say. It's fucking simple. Your brand is your name. What do you want people to think about when they say your name? That's literally it. I have a name. Brown Tiger's my alias. Are they gonna associate the two? And then when they do, where did they go from there? Is he the guy that plays video games on Twitch? Is he a fucking music producer? Is he a nobody? It's up to us. It's up to you to figure out what the fuck that is, right? Simple. Keep it simple. And that's why I always say, get away from your local circles, especially like in the Facebook days, because most people are like people you went to school with, people you know from your area. They know a certain version of you that they grew up with and remember. They don't know who you are today. A lot of them don't. And then we'll post shit and get upset when somebody doesn't like my video or doesn't like my beat, that kind of shit. Like, that person doesn't fucking matter. That's not who you're trying to get this to. You're trying to get global. That's one fucking section. That's like, what, 2 cities? There are 7 to 8 billion people on the planet, and most of us worry about like 10 or 12 of them. I had to give that life up. The world is so much bigger than people realize. So if somebody doesn't like what I'm doing over here, doesn't matter, because there's 30 people that like it over here. So I'm going to continue to build my brand and do what I do. And we'll see where it goes. Fair enough? Fair enough, right? Good deal. So, always remember, as I always leave you with this, love yourself first and foremost before anybody. Make sure you take care of your star player. Your star player should be you. Make sure you're good. You wake up every morning, check on yourself. Say, hey self, how am I doing? And evaluate that shit. Swallow your pride, get rid of your fucking ego, put that shit to the side. It's okay. It's okay. You can be vulnerable with yourself. Be honest with yourself. If there's something going on, get that shit fixed. Talk to somebody. Come talk to me. I'll talk to you about any fucking thing. Just take care of yourself. Make sure you do. And with that being said, it's your boy Brown Tiger, signing off.